For this lesson, we're going to talk about energy drinks so that you can get a good view on the pros and the cons of energy drinks. Before we talk about energy drinks that I like, that I feel are safe, we're just going to talk about that whole dietary space in general. Like I went to the convenience store yesterday, it's been a while, and I wanted to see what's out there because I used to go to the expos and keep up with all that stuff. And I remember when VPX and Redline and all these things was out there. It's just been a while since I had any interest in it. But I went to just see, and I was blown away, shocked at the number of energy drinks and the amount of caffeine that's in these energy drinks. It's scary. It's terrifying, actually. I've seen energy drinks. I'm going to go back and take notes next time, but I've seen energy drinks with 400 milligrams of caffeine. And there's probably people addicted to them drinking 3 or 4. You can die doing that kind of thing. Okay. So we're going to talk about the pros and the cons. So first of all, energy drinks, we are all running 90 to nothing all the time. And even if we aren't physically, our minds are. I don't know if we even realize just how much information. We talk about the Great Depression era and how rough life was and what they went through. But we don't realize that they also, as rough as that was, they didn't have we are living in an onslaught of just stuff coming at us all the time. They didn't have that. And we are just running on empty, emotionally empty, physically empty. We're just tired. And energy drinks can promote energy. They can so mask you being depleted that you'll go on and run 90 to nothing when you really need to take a break. But energy drinks can offer a lot of benefits as it relates to weight loss, but too much will overstimulate your adrenal glands. And when your adrenal glands tank, it's going to be hard to come back. So you just have to, everything in moderation, right? And then some of the ingredients that's used in the so-called convenience store energy drinks, they basically convert to poison inside of your body. For example, cyanide. A little cyanide has been shown to help reduce the incidence of early onset cancer. You'll see a lot of ingredients in products that will convert to that poison. And a little of that poison won't hurt you. One such drink that does that is Celsius. Some of the ingredients in there literally convert to cyanide inside your body. But it's such a minuscule amount, it can help. And they've touted that. They've talked about this drink even helps in that way. But what they're not telling you is if you're drinking 4 or 5 of them a day, you're killing yourself. So everything in moderation. But where energy drinks can really help is promoting energy. So they promote through amino acids and through caffeine, they can promote mental clarity and mental focus. Same reason we all drink our coffee, except for coffee's not full of aminos and energy drinks typically are. But they, through the B vitamins, they promote energy. Through other amino acids, they will promote endurance, muscular endurance, and things of this nature. They promote an energy so that you feel more like getting up and doing something. In fact, if you drink too much energy drinks, you'll get the jitters. And I mean, really, it's because your body's like, we need to do something. You'll notice a lot of times when an energy drink gives you the jitters, that if you'll go for a run, you'll go work out, that goes away because you've got this bottled up energy supply and your body's got to do something with it. It's not like calories that can be stored as fat. You're like sitting in idle with a big motor, and you're like, I got to go do something. So it can promote energy. When you're already in a calorie deficit and you're already controlling insulin, everything that you do from an energetic standpoint is going to come from your fat stores. So if I have an energy drink and because of that, I was a little more active, then I'm going to burn more fat. In addition to that, a lot of these energy drinks has thermogenics in it, like Celsius. And it having thermogenics in it, it elevates your baseline metabolic rate. So for example, let's say that I'm burning 70 calories an hour every day, 70 calories an hour. Well, if I'm drinking a couple of energy drinks, it might upregulate my metabolism and me burn 75 calories an hour or 80 calories an hour. Well, all those extra calories, if I'm controlling insulin, are coming from my fat stores. But you can't do that and think like Celsius, they claim every time you drink one that you're burning 100 calories. That's bullcrap. There's no way. And if you had if it was burning 100 calories and people thought, oh, I can get away if I drink 5 Celsius, I'm burning 500 calories. Celsius would be the biggest selling energy drink in the history of the world. But it can elevate your metabolism just a hint so that you're utilizing more energy at rest. You're utilizing more energy when you work out. You feel like doing more stuff. Like every time I come in here, y'all see me with something. It might be collagen, which is not an energy drink, but I'll typically drink something because I don't have enough sleep. It knocks out the cobwebs, helps me focus, helps my mental acuity. Okay, so they can help with that. You have to watch out for the mass merchandise ones because a lot of times they have a synthetic form of energy, not just caffeine, but sugar. So it doesn't do any good to drink an energy drink that has 30, 40 grams of sugar. Even 10 grams of sugar is too much because then the little bit of good that you're getting from it, you offset it with the sugar and the insulin impact. Does that make sense? In fact, if you're trying to go clean, good luck finding a clean energy drink because a good energy drink, it's going to have an artificial sweetener in it or a sugar alcohol. Because if they're using real sugar, which a lot of them do, like some of the Monsters, some of the Red Lines and things like that, they will absolutely, whatever little bit of goods you're getting from it, you're deteriorating it with the sugar. So stay away from any that have sugar. Make sure that you're staying with Shibboleth approved. Yes, it's true that we approve of the sugar-free Monsters and the sugar-free Vipers and the sugar-free, not because we're wanting to promote them. We do not feel that they're good for you. The reason that they're in the library is to say this won't impact your weight loss program if you do it in moderation. So a zero sugar or almost no calorie Monster, it's going to have amino acids, it's going to have caffeine, and if you have one of those, it's not great for your body, but if it knocks the cobwebs out, it's not going to impact your weight loss program negatively, but they are not good for you. They are not healthy for you. Okay, let me read what y'all are saying, then we'll get back to it. What do you think about the loaded teas for energy? To my understanding, Herbalife, I'd have to see it. Kyra, can you send me a nutrition label or something? There's so many, it's hard to keep up with, but I'm happy to look at it for you. Might be a good We Fixed It class too. Yeah, Celsius every day, I've heard can cause kidney stones if you do too many of them, but so can a host of other foods that like dairy products. But yeah. Okay, so are there healthy ones? The healthiest beverage for us to drink is water. That's the healthiest beverage. It's not necessarily going to knock the cobwebs out. If you got cobwebs, it's probably more that you need more REM sleep and deep sleep. But certainly we're all accustomed to doing that. We're just embracing that, right? That you're going to do it. So the healthiest beverage is water. What's the best water? Spring water, distilled water, alkaline water is going to be slightly better than tap water. Tap water is a hard water. It's acidic, so you might need more of it to stay properly hydrated. You'll need less alkaline water, less distilled water to stay hydrated. But we've got that universal rule, a half a gallon up to a gallon. The next best thing are your flavored waters, like the Splash H2O from the Wellness Company, or even Crystal Light. If you overdo it with Crystal Light, I've been drinking Crystal Light to see how my continuous glucose monitor reacted, and it does bump it up. So be careful with Crystal Light. But those are fine. Those are fine to do. I wished it wouldn't replace your water, but I've got folks that will not drink water. So to salvage them, yes, you can have your Crystal Light, but just know it is impacting your insulin levels some. That's a good way to go. Next would be your unsweet tea and your coffee. Like if we were just talking what beverages should I drink and rank it, then we move into unsweet tea and coffee. We won't get into a coffee lesson here, but I believe coffee's like a miracle thing. I really do. It's amazing for metabolic processes, for cognitive health. Coffee's great if your coffee's not full of mold and alpha toxins. Most coffee is just like popcorn. Folgers, all this stuff in the grocery store, it is full of mutating alpha toxins. It is full of mold. So get you a good, clean coffee. We have a good, clean one at the Wellness Company. If you don't want to shop with us at the Wellness Company, then look into Kion Coffee. That way you don't have to shop with me. I wished you would, but that's a good, clean coffee. No mold, no mildew, no alpha toxins. You still get the benefits from Folgers, but you're picking up these alpha toxins that can mutate your cells. So again, popcorn and coffee, tremendously valuable if it's not full of mold and alpha toxins. But when we drink just regular standard coffee, it's probably offsetting any good it would do through the mold and the alpha toxins. Kion, you spelled it right, Stella. It's Kion. Kion. Keep in mind, there's a lot of misnomers out there about the Wellness Company. You do not have to shop every month to get their coffee. You're just not going to get the 30 to 50% discount.
Hey, Travis, as far as coffee goes, does that count for whole bean coffee? Because I buy whole bean and grind it. Is it still?
It's been known to be full of mold and alpha toxins.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the most dangerous substances to the body that there is.
Okay.
Yeah. Takes a lot of it to have any deleterious impact on your body. But if you're like some people here drinking 2 or 3 cups every day, and you're drinking from a source, it's got all the good stuff, but it's got the bad stuff too. You want clean coffee. Bulletproof coffee is loaded because today there's a brand called Bulletproof Coffee. Answering a question here. There's a brand called that. It's okay. It's not bad. But mostly what people are talking about is taking their Folgers and putting a chunk of butter in there. I'm not for that if you're trying to lose weight. But Bulletproof's good. Four Sigmatic is a great one. I put 2 new ones in the library. Y'all may be here. If you're here, remind me. Y'all probably remember about a month ago. I put 2 brand new coffees that I told y'all were excellent. Y'all brought them to light and we fixed it. I don't remember now the brand names, but we put them in the library for y'all. And I said, good find. But you got Four Sigmatic is tremendous. I'm really into the mushroom coffees. I like to take Four Sigmatic. They've got some with turkey tail. They've got some with lion's mane. They've got some really good ones. It's like Miracle Grow for the brain. The studies that are coming out about the benefits of non-psychedelic mushrooms are crazy good, especially for Alzheimer's and dementia. But I don't like coffee, but I will drink Four Sigmatic or Kion. And now I drink the new one from the wellness company, but I love to take my Advocare French vanilla shake and put in there instead of a creamer. I use that as creamer and I put a little monk fruit. I love it. Or I'll mix my Four Sigmatic or whatever mushroom coffee I'm using. I'll mix it with cocoa ringa and turn it into a super coffee. Let me see what else y'all are asking. So I'm going to get off track a little bit just so that I don't miss questions, and then I'll try to come back to where we need to be. Bear with me because there's several people I don't want to overlook. Bear with me. I missed some stuff. If I miss something, it's not intentional. Somebody's asking Karen which energy drink is best. Karen may have said something I don't see. What if you do Crystal Light but take berberine once or twice a day? You should be okay, Leanne. What about Arizona diet green tea with ginseng? As long as it's 0 or near 0 calories, it's already approved, Carolyn. Bio coffee is fantastic, but it's not really coffee. Well, it is. It's really coffee. Doesn't have caffeine. It's got wheatgrass in it. It's a good antioxidant. It promotes regularity, but it's got 70 calories of tapioca starch. So you have to be careful with bio coffee. I like to only see people use bio coffee on a fasting day or use it as a snack to get their blood sugar up or mix it with a health-wise hot chocolate or something like that. Okay. So back at it, we're going through the progression of drinks right now. So we're talking about good coffee and unsweet tea. When we say unsweet tea, that tea's great for you. Green tea, black tea, oolong tea, oolong tea, oolong tea, if you'll drink it, has tremendous metabolic benefits. Oolong tea, it's great for weight loss and weight management. Oolong tea. Green tea is, but you can't get these teas that are packaged in processed sugar. You're going to have to get unsweet, and then you need to use an approved sweetener, or your blood sugar and your insulin levels are going to be all over the place. And then let's say oolong tea is increasing your metabolic rate by 10 calories an hour or 5 calories an hour. Do we just diminish all of that if it's packaged in 20 grams of sugar? Whatever fire we built, we just turned around and put water on the fire. So you need to use approved sweeteners with these things. So your water, your flavored water, your coffee, your tea, then we can start looking at energy drinks. The best energy drink that I know about on the market right now, and I'm going to get into ones I don't sell, don't run. I sell them because I think they're the best. So Zip Slim, I think is the best one I've ever run into. The only thing I found better than Zip Slim is Boom. The reason you don't hear me talk about Boom is because it's not as good for weight management. It's more for somebody in maintenance. But it has it's got turkey tail and all these great mushrooms in it. But Boom and Zip, and they're clean. They don't convert to cyanide in the system. They help with appetite control. They help your endocrine system. They help with regulating your metabolism. Those are the best to me, the best I've found on the market. Another good clean energy drink is called Sustain. Sustain from the Wellness Company. The only reason y'all don't hear me talk about it more is because they've only got 2 flavors. But Sustain is really clean, good amino acid profile, good energy profile, pre-workout, pre-activity, pre-teaching, whatever. The one I go to the most because it's the safest and mildest and gives me the mental focus and clarity I need is Spark. Spark is absolutely my favorite energy drink. Spark would not be able to be classified, Jennifer, as clean. It would not be able to be. And even though the wellness company says Sustain is, it has sucralose too. So Spark is as clean as it gets, in a budget-friendly energy drink that I feel is safe for adults and children. And I love the amazing, a full serving's not safe for a child, half a serving. I love, with your pediatrician's approval, I love the plethora of flavors that you have with Spark. One of my favorite things to do when I'm fasting, if I can't hold out, is to take a cup of berries and then put drizzle strawberry Spark all over it. It's refreshing, mental focus, mental clarity. So Spark is the one I probably frequent the most because it most fits within my budget. I do drink at least one zip a day now and one boom. I'm always drinking something. The other drinks of note, the other ones that you hear around Planet Shibboleth a lot, Celsius, because you can find it at the convenience store. It's not bad. It's not something that if you told me you were doing 10 times a week, I'd be happy about. But if you're having a Celsius 3 or 4 times a week, it's not a big deal if you prefer that over a powder. Do know this, though. Any drink that's already pre-mixed, you lose some of the bioavailability of that drink. You're not going to have full absorption of that drink. That's why I prefer and talk mostly about powders, because you mix it, you activate it, and you drink it. Like if you mix Spark up and leave it in the fridge for 24 hours, you lost most of the benefits of Spark. The same thing happens when you go to the convenience store and get the reason those things sell so good, they don't have their potency anymore, but they're convenient. Does that make sense? Yesterday, I was monitoring my blood sugar and it went to 151. Did that kick me out of EFB? It depends on how quick that blood sugar came back down. If it came down pretty quick, not too bad. Not anything that you got to wait 2 days on. The longer it stays high, the more insulin. That means the more insulin resistant you are. So the longer it stays high and the longer it takes it to come back down, the more likely it is that you got kicked significantly out of EFB. I drink one Zip Slim and one Spark a day, Jennifer. I think that's a good protocol. Keep in mind, Deanna, sometimes you can do everything right and have some stored glucose in your liver and get active or stressed out and do a glucose dump, and you'll still come out of EFB, but you'll get right back in. What we're trying to do is keep overall daily insulin impact lower. How many Sparks can you have in a day? If that was the only energy drink you were having, up to 3. But because it's not, probably just 1 a day. Anybody else? There are some other good ones. If you ever want to know about the one you like, everybody I know that Patricia's got one she likes. I can never remember the name. I want to say Ayani or something, but there's a ton of them out there. Bring them to class. Bring them to the We Fixed It class, and we'll take a look at them. Just because you could take 2 energy drinks. Hear me. This is why I love the wellness company. You can take 2 energy drinks and it have the very same nutritional profile. It can have the same amount of B12, but they can source B12 from so many different sources. They could be sourcing it from a harmful source, or they can be sourcing it from a good quality source. What do you think a good marketing company is going to do? Use high quality, safe ingredients or low quality, cheap ingredients? You got it. You got to make the money. So as long as it's approved by the FDA, they don't care where they sourced it. You can get B12 from many different sources, and there are some harmful sources. So just because 2 energy drinks both have 4,000% of B12 doesn't mean that they sourced it from the same place. Zip Slim does not ruin your fast. No. Anybody else? Questions, comments, anything at all?
Hey, Travis, it's Joy.
Hey, Joy. Oh, your voice.
Yeah, I know. Allergies, I guess. I don't know. Come down with a cold. But listen, I missed which mushroom coffee that it was for brain health.
Yeah, there was some clients that I can't remember the name, and those look good, but I use Four Sigmatic, FOUR Sigmatic, SIGMATIC.
Okay. Well, I was wanting to tell my sister.
Yeah, Four Sigmatic. I use I take mushrooms every day. Right now, I'm doing these. We'll have a vault session real quick. I love I love these things, and they give me the swirlies for about a minute. But mushroom gummies, it's got ashwagandha, which is in zip, reishi, lion's mane. A lot of these are in boom. Reishi, lion's mane, shiitake, cordyceps are amazing for you and for your brain health. Turkey tail, maitake, and chaga. And I'll just do it right now. And you feel good. You feel
And,
like it relieves
and you
anxiety.
and you get them through mellow.
Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I'm not just Shibby Shop and Melaleuca and Advocare, but yeah, I love these are drops of nature, organic and functional mushroom gummies. You don't need to do too many because you'll wind up in bed asleep for 20 hours, but they're really, really good for brain health. And they're delicious. Everyday dose and rise. That sounds good. I've seen that one. I just got a box of Sustain, the blueberry pomegranate. Could I have one zip, one spark, and one Sustain? You can, as long as you got good heart health. Spread them out. You'll probably get so skinny you got to jump around in the shower to get wet. Yeah, don't do all those at one time. If you pour Sustain, it's the most potent one. If you pour Sustain, Zip Slim, and Spark all in the same glass, we may not see you again. You may be Judy Garland. You may fly away and be dealing with the Tin Man and the Scarecrow and the Lion. Anybody else? Yeah, grandma's using lion's mane for Parkinson's. Yeah, I did. I was growing category 2 mushrooms, and they made really good in MCT oil. Is just too much hassle, so I quit doing it. They taste like some of them. I believe it was lion's mane. It may have been a different one, but one of them tastes like scallops. Tastes like sea scallops. It's delicious. It's just too much effort. Anybody else?
Travis,
Uh-huh.
was those mushroom gummies, was the brand Drops of Nature?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And you said that's primarily for what?
Brain health.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Let's see how they promote it. I'm bad about not reading what they promote. Let's see. Step in the world of wellness. They don't say what it's good for.
Well,
But
Amazon says comprehensive mushroom supplement for cognitive and immune support, vegan blend, da da da. So yeah, cognitive and immune support.
yeah, there's actually, I won't point y'all to the podcast because people will be offended that I listen to it because there's cursing in it. And I wasn't listening to it for the cursing. It's just when you take these guys that are scientists, they curse. But there's a mushroom scientist, and literally they're discovering things that mushrooms do for brain health, for the immune system, that literally they're keeping under wraps, and people have been murdered for trying to not, it ain't conspiracy, they've been murdered for trying to get the information out because the pharmaceutical companies don't want that information getting out. And ashwagandha, reishi, lion's mane, shiitake, cordyceps, turkey tail, maitake, chaga. These are all known to have tremendous brain boosting benefits. So I like this, but I like Boom. Boom is amazing. Again, the thing that I get into, those of you been around me, I think that you believe me when I talk about these products and stuff where you're just trying to sell something. Well, I believe in it. It's stuff that I would do whether I was in nutrition or not. And I would choose where I spend my money. And I don't want to spend money on junk anymore. I spent the first half of my life buying Doritos. So I'd rather invest in things that are going to be helpful to me. And people will say, well, it's too expensive. But those same people go out and spend money on Lay's potato chips. I don't understand that. To me, that's the greatest expense. You're going to give your hard-earned money to something that's killing you. That just don't seem wise. So this Boom has your vitamins, energy vitamins, and then it's got beetroot, taurine, green tea, caffeine, ginkgo, ginseng, coenzyme Q10, cordyceps, chaga mushrooms, lion's mane mushrooms, and the fruiting body part, which is important, and many other great ingredients. And when I take this, I just feel better. My Zip and Boom just enlighten my mood so good. So yes, I want to talk about those things. And yes, they charge you for it. So there's a fee to pay. But I know that my budget, taking good supplements, somebody messaged me the other day and said, how do you afford peak performance? Well, I don't buy the other stuff. Do y'all see what I'm saying? My grocery bill's not including Captain Crunch and Doritos and Cheetos. My budget doesn't include that. My budget includes London broil, leafy greens, 96% lean ground beef, some squash, some cabbage, and that's it. And then I buy supplements. So, it's just, that's changed my life. So it's what we value. Expense is related to what we value. Like Captain Crunch isn't expensive to someone here because that's what at the time you're valuing it. So it's not expensive. It's just part of everyday life. For me, it's not. I don't place any value on Captain Crunch. I place value on chaga mushrooms. I'd have to grow all these because I'm a hippie. So I would have to grow chaga. I would have to grow ginseng. I can't do all this. So I value this. And then per serving, if I have to spend a couple of bucks for it, there's people going to Starbucks. How much is a cup of coffee at Starbucks now? I don't even know. $8? $8 for a cup of coffee. And people fuss at me for trying to teach them about Zip Slim, which is a couple of bucks a serving. Does that make sense? Do y'all see? Yes. Lauren says, anyone who eats a lot of cereal, they spend a lot of money on a box of cereal. Heck yeah. Are cherries considered berries? I don't consider them berries. I just consider them fruit. And by the way, cherries are low glycemic and they're awesome. You can treat them just like berries. Cherries are one of the best things that you can consume for your immune health. Did y'all have fun today? Anybody want to add anything before we go and get ready for allulose class at 12? Boom comes from the same company that Zip comes from. Absolutely love that up and coming company. It's amazing. My favorite company is the wellness company. I'm doing a poor job of explaining it because everybody should be a part of the wellness company. And if you don't know why you should or you quit, schedule a one-on-one with me. I won't charge you and I'll walk you through why the wellness company is the very best company in America as it relates to food. And it's just amazing. there's so many testimonies right here in this group that I see that their blood work's improved. But you got to be consistent with it. Anybody else? Everybody good? How many cherries for a serving? A handful is a serving, but you still need to have them with a 1 and 2. Unless you're in maintenance. If you're in maintenance, you can have maybe a cup of cherries as a snack. But if you're trying to lose weight, you need to have them with a 1 and 2. I drink a bio coffee and Healthwise hot chocolate in the morning and love it. Good job, Paula. And I do that all the time. I even count it as a meal. It's not a meal, but I count it as a meal. Yeah, I'm hearing about a lot of other companies. I get invites every day for some new company, but I like the ones that I like. Everybody good? All right, don't forget about our noon partner meeting, Faithfully Fit meeting. We're going to do 30-minute lesson on allulose. It's a new up-and-coming sweetener. Don't forget the books. We're going to get it in everybody's hand this month. Please, we're trying to hit a different tier so we can save money. We need some more orders. We're hoping to get more orders. And we're excited about the book. We've got proofreaders reading it and saying it's going to be helpful. Everybody good? Hearts and minds clear? All right. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in the earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread. Forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. All right. See y'all at 12.